The kingdom of heaven will be beautiful. It's going to be marvelous. And in the kingdom, there's going to be a lot of perks. A lot of different things will come to pass. We're going to have everything. We're going to inherit the earth and the universe as a whole. We're going to have new technology that the earth has never seen before. We're going to travel to different planets. We're going to experience fresh air, chemtrail free, fresh water, all of that, you know? Can you imagine drinking water with the minerals in it? Can you imagine eating food that's real food, that's not GMO, that's not genetically modified? You don't have to have a care in the world. You're gonna be worry-free. All right, no complaining about anything. Everything's gonna be taken care of. All right, the kingdom of heaven is gonna be glorious, and we haste for the kingdom of heaven to come. All right, we highly anticipate it.
But rather, seek ye the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Sell that ye have, give alms, provide yourselves bags which wax not old, a treasure in the heavens that faileth not, where no thief approacheth, neither moth corrupteth. But where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
The Lord is going to give us our heart's desires. We're going to inherit all things. He's going to give us our heart desires. So whatever we want, whatever we desire, that's why we're doing this work. So we can inherit the earth and inherit everything, inherit the blessings of Yahweh Shai, having total access to the blessings of Yahweh Shai. Because our lives right now are hidden. Our lives are on reserve. It's like a reservation. Okay? That's why our conversation is in heaven. Because our lives are with Yahweh Shai. So our lives are hidden right now. That's why we're not living on this side. Right now we're dead. But very soon we're going to be living. All right? We're going to be living.
And the kingdom and dominion, and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven, shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right. And what I want to get into today is do a follow-up on the video done by the beloved elder brother Yashua Wamba, dealing with the elites have been giving insight to what's to come. Okay. And what I want to get into, because what we have to understand, all right, is that Esau Edom, okay, he has been given a tall task to try to extend his empire. All right. And the Lord has already put bounds on this man. Okay, when you read Job 14:5, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Okay, so this rulership, this latest rulership of Esau Edom, okay, in which he fully came into his blessing, the fatness of the earth, he would get it by the sword. All right, the blessing that was given to him by Isaac, but it was temporal. Okay, he had a beginning and the end that was already predestinated. All right, the Lord already set, a beginning of this man's kingdom during the Renaissance and the end in the times that we're in now. Okay, and what this devil has been tasked with is to try to upset the prophecy and the will of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, but that can't be done. All right, that's impossible. Okay, and we're gonna get into these things. Now, I wanna go into this video dealing with the Looking Glass project. But before we do that, we have to understand, all right, why the scriptures refer, to this man as, spiritual Egypt, Syria, Babylon, all right, because this man has mastered all that ancient witchcraft, okay, of those ancient heathen empires, ancient Babylon, ancient Egypt, the Neo-Babylon, all right, the Assyrian Empire. This man has mastered, okay, all, their witchcraft from those heathens. This man has been blessed on the left-hand side to be really tapped in, to the point that he has insight, okay, when it comes to particular, wisdom, all right, when it comes to the magic of the left-hand side, the witchcraft of the left-hand side, okay. Let me see, map of ancient Assyrian. Now, when you go into this project Looking Glass, all right, on the video, these insiders, they say that this devil, got that he got the technology, all right, from over there in the east, in modern day Iraq, okay, in which there was a part of the ancient Babylonian Empire, Neo-Babylonian Empire, okay, it was a part of the Syrian Empire, all right, and that's why the devil, say, known as the mistress of witchcraft, because he has tapped into all of that ancient, witchcraft from way back, okay. So I want to go here and this the video. So this project Looking Glass, okay, and in this video you have these insiders, all right, that have came out, that are coming out and speaking on things that they saw, because what these elites do, they go and recruit, the sharpest, the most brilliant thinkers, the best of their class, and when it comes to physics and chemistry and all these different things, and they get these think tanks and project teams to work on certain assignments, and the people don't fully know what they're working on. Okay, the elites, tell them, only so much. All right. So you have a few of these insiders, okay, that actually worked on these projects that are coming out, and telling everything, man. And that's why scripture said his own tongue, okay, his own tongue shall fall. Let me see. I think that's in the book of Psalm. All right, and we'll get into the video. Okay. I'll probably go back into that. So you get this in the book of Psalms, chapter 64 and verse 8. Okay. And it says, Psalm 64 and 8 says, so they shall make their own tongue, all right, to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Okay. And we've seen that on the increase, these last, few years. Okay. You have these whistleblowers. All right. You have these truthers. You have these different people that dedicated themselves to alternative news, reporting on, and exposing, the real agendas and the propagandas of these devils. Okay. So we've seen the uptick in that. All right. So going into this video, this is like a tell-all, what this guy, was seeing real time. And what you have on the screen, they're just an image of what they call this Looking Glass machine. Okay. So where they're able to input, certain events, all right, to try to avoid a certain outcome that they keep seeing in the future, but they can't, and this guy, he's going to go into it. So let's play it, and we'll stop and get into precepts as needed,
The Looking Glass machine. Here are some better ones that were done as well, with some nice 3D CGI graphics. And these are just different views of that. And these are on the internet. You can find all these. It's just I've compiled them all here in this video for you. So there you go. And if I remember correctly, he would, as he told about this thing, this produced and used an argon mist in the middle to and somehow used, I think, supercooled liquids in helixes or spinning around the center of this thing to create the time distortion, the distortions that they were able then to hook up to computers, to machines, and then calculate probabilities of future events based on inputs of decisions. And so they would, set all this up and then run it through the system and see what the outcomes were going to be in an effort to predict future events. And that is kind of how that this is explained to have worked, had been explained to work. So now moving on to the third whistleblower, and these are the only whistleblowers I know of that have actually come out and are, credible on this topic. But this third whistleblower's name is Bill Wood, and he again is interviewed by Project Camelot's Carrie Cassidy. She's done a great job with all these people, getting them out in the open. But first, we're going to learn just a little bit about Bill Wood, who he says he is, so you at least see that.
Basically, my military career was such that I was in the United States Navy from June of 1991 until June of 2001. In that time, I served in a special unit called SEAL Team 9. We were trained primarily to use us as an asset to control and handle Tomahawk missiles, cruise missiles, that were used inside the Persian Gulf region in the Middle East throughout the time frame of 1992 to 2000, to my knowledge.
All right, so that's just a little background on who he is, what his military experience was. But now he's going to talk about, in this next clip, about how he was contacted by some white hat ex-military people, a secret group, classified, who needed his help with Project Looking Glass. So that's what's in this clip.
Shortly after I began doing that, I was contacted by a group of people that were also doing the exact same thing, and were much more aware of who I was and what my experience in the military was on a top secret level. I was very surprised by that. But I learned very quickly that there's people out there with a huge amount of information that are fighting for the good guys.
Okay, so in essence, you were contacted by a group of what we call white hats. White hats,
I call them oath keepers, but essentially they're the patriots that our government would classify as terrorists.
But they are ex-military by and large, and some of them are still in the military.
I would assume a large number are still in the military or the government, in the FBI, Secret Service, CIA, any alphabet agency. There's got to be a percentage of people that are seeing the day-to-day and going, this is wrong, we got to do something. One of the caveats that I do have some personal information that I did get personally involved in was some information that had to do with the Stargates and Looking Glass, and more specifically the 2012 problem with those projects. I guess popular opinion of what's out there right now is that the project was shut down because there was a problem when we approached 2012. I I've heard it described a number of ways, but to my knowledge, the problem is that the timelines converge on that point in time. And when you know enough about the Stargate projects and the Looking Glass project to know that how string theory works and how the possibility of possibilities works and how making one choice over here doesn't necessarily mean that the other choice couldn't exist at the same time. But once you get your brain wrapped around this subject, you find out that at the end of 2012, in an easy way to put it, the choices that we make become less and less consequential to the future. And eventually we're pushed into this bottleneck of time, no matter which choice we make. And that's important to the people that had access to Looking Glass because they would use Looking Glass knowing the choices that they would make and the future would pop up. The big mistake was coming up with the possibility of future. And when we started using a computer to say, well, if we make this choice, it's 79% possible that this scenario happens, and 23% are possible, or whatever, I'm using round numbers, that this scenario would happen. The understanding at the time was that was realistic. However, if you go down the road further and free will continues to exercise itself on this game, that 79% possibility sometimes changes very, very fast. But if you look at the situation in a point of time, it seems very realistic that that's the greatest possibility. What happened was people, very smart people, began to figure out that something big was coming up. Something that made it so all the possibilities of all the future scenarios of any choice, any possibility that was fed in and observed through the Looking Glass inherently ended up in the same future. And no decision, no possibility changed past a certain point. That's the big secret.
Okay, so is that...
Yeah, man, he is. Okay? That's the Lord showing that he is, man. And these devils can't shake what's coming. Okay? He finished. Okay? It's the same outcome no matter how he tried to switch it up. And that's why we see this devil all over the place, man. This devil got so much going on, and it makes sense because these devils are trying to change the outcome of prophecy, man. Okay, and there's no telling what the Lord has allowed them to see through their Looking Glass, man. And these devils are terrified, man. Okay, so let's get a few precepts. We'll get some more. Get a few precepts. Okay, so no matter what these devils input into this computer, it's the same outcome. All right, and it just links with prophecy. This Proverbs 19, okay, and 21. You see, Yahweh Shema Shah is in full control, man. Okay, it says on Proverbs 19:21, it says there are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord there shall stand. Okay, so there are many devices. All right, and we see Esau with all these different devices and gimmicks, and he's trying to do them. He was trying to do the metaverse at one time. He got the AI going. He got, bricks. He got the inflation going on. He got, the distractions, Diddy, like this nigga got all these different things going on. But the counsel of the Lord gonna stand after Esau get through playing all these goddamn games, man. Okay? You see? He's trying to avoid what's coming. All right. Esau has been given a tall task, man, and he can't do it. He has been given the impossible to try to accomplish, and he's nowhere near doing it, man. Okay, it all ends the same. All roads lead to the will of Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai standing in the earth, man. Okay, and this double boasting how smart AI is, and AI is going to replace 99% of human intelligence. Look, nigga, you ain't in no position to just talk boldly concerning the future like that. Okay, because the future of Esau Edom, you're not going to have any power. Okay, and eventually you're going to be done away with. Okay, and you go here. I think that's in Proverbs as well. Let me see. I think it's Proverbs 22. If a brother could get that in the book of Sirach, I think it's 19, 21 or 22. Try to find this. Well, I think it's 19 and 21. Yeah, here you go. Proverbs 21 and 30. It said, there is no wisdom, nor understanding, nor counsel against the Lord Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai. Everything works for the benefit of Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai. Okay, everything is working towards his algorithm that he wants to happen in the earth. Okay, and it can't be changed. Okay, so Esau boasting his wisdom and how far they made it, and no heathen has had this type of technology. Yeah, it might be cute. Okay, but what you're doing, you're not working against Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai. You're working for Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai. You're just doing on the left hand side. Okay, and this is why when you go here, to Isaiah, okay, Isaiah 45. Isaiah 45 and 7. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Okay, so everything works, all right, on behalf of the will of Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai. Esau Edom is not operating, independently on his own script. Esau is not going off script. That's why all roads end to the same end, no matter how he want to do it. Okay, no matter what outfit Esau put on, Democrat, Republican, okay, technocrat, no matter what outfit this nigga choose to wear, all right, he still got to go to that party, man. You see, he still got to deal, all right, with Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai. Okay, let's go here, brother. Got a few, and we'll get back to the video. He can't escape, and he finna go in some more. Okay, well, and we're gonna keep going to them precepts. But yeah, he gonna go in some more. Let me get these that the brother got. This is the brother Bayan Yashala, Lamentation 3 and 37 says, who is he that saith, and it cometh to pass, all right, when the Lord commanded it not? Okay, so these devils keep putting these different inputs in, these different decisions in, but he said around 2012, it started to, the decision that Esau would make had little effect on the future. Okay, so we've seen the Lord is starting to take control away from the devil. Okay, and all roads lead to prophecy, man. Okay, no prophecy is going to be left, unchecked. Okay, all prophecy is going to stand. What's that? Isaiah 34 and 16. You see? And what happened, because 2007, you had the brothers, the apostles and elders, go to YouTube. Okay, the word went to YouTube. All right. And then around 2012, man, hey, this thing was up in full swing. Okay, it's the word that started to steer the course. You see, prophecy began to dominate the narrative, man. Okay, and these devils can't shake it. All right, so reading this again, Lamentation 3:37 says, "Who is he that saith, and it cometh to pass?" All right, when the Lord commanded it not. Okay, so there's no one that can just will something new. Okay, something that's not the will of the Lord. No one can just make something happen that's not within the Lord's will. Okay, and things happen because the Lord allows them and ordains them to happen. Okay, nothing has happened outside of his will. Psalms 94:11, the Lord knows the thoughts of men, that they are vanity, man. That's why I said around 2012, the decisions that they will input into this Project Looking Glass, they started to have little consequence on the outcome. Okay, and this is why we see the devil tacky as hell. He pump faking, he's switching up. It seemed like he want to come with another demic, and then he fall back, and seem like he finna persecute the brothers, then he'll fall back. All right, the devil weird in his counsel, man. Okay, he not getting good news in them letters, man. Okay, so let's play this some more.
All right, so just to recap what we just saw, Bill expresses here that as he worked on this project and found out what had been done on it and started to get involved with it, he realized and saw that they had been running probabilities into the future for a while with this thing, and they kept finding that after 2012, every possibility that they fed in would always end up at the same event in the future from 2012. So as they would run these different scenarios time and time again, if they went past 2012, they would always converge in an event, some big happening that everything then coalesced into, and that no decision that was made prior to that point was going to change anything about that point in time. Now, he doesn't mention what point in time that is. I have thoughts on that I'm going to share at the end of this video. But just to kind of recap what he said there. And then next, he's going to talk about how this singularity, this convergence of history that was coming up in the future from when they were using the device. And he's talking in about, I think this interview is in about 2009. And he had been working on the project, I think in the very late 90s is when he said earlier in this video that I didn't show, that he had been working on the project. So let's listen to what he says about how the elites in the world got wind of what was going on and how they felt about it.
It well coincides with December 21st, 2012.
So at that point, all possibilities lead to the same
timelines. All possible timelines lead to the same basic set of history in the future.
And what is that history to you? Did you know that, or did you find that out?
That is the big question. That is the big secret. That is what sends everybody that has all of the information, that knows everything, into a blind panic. The people that know everything about Looking Glass, that have gotten all the reports and all the information, the elites of the world, probably figured out that was the end of the game, and nothing could be manipulated beyond that point.
So I'm just going to let it continue here. He continues talking about the contracting timelines and what that means. So I may play through a few clips here in a row.
They cannot go beyond a certain point.
So the elites know, the elites know. All right. And this is why the devil, the scripture say he know what he have but a short time. All right, they at least know they ain't got time to play around and drag their feet. And you think they finna play around another 1,000 years, okay? And they have all this technology, they got this influence now, and you think they not finna try to lock this thing down, try to extend, okay, their rulership now while they're in the position that they're in, okay? They're at the peak of their power. You see, so these devils, they can't drag their feet, okay? And he said this, what the end game, this is what drives the elites in a frenzy, okay? And the scriptures go into that, okay? I started at 10, Isaiah 47 and 10. It said, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. For the longest they've been able to prosper in their wickedness, and no one knew, all right, that these elites were in the background pulling the strings. We thought the president was the highest office on earth. The president of America was the highest office on earth you can have. We didn't understand the corporations, and behind the corporations, you had the bankers. Okay, we didn't understand that these are the people, all right, that run the world. We didn't understand about the left-hand priesthood, all right, that ran the world, that controlled, the school curriculums and what was on the TV in Hollywood and the enchantments. We didn't know these things, man. All right, and they trusted in their wickedness for a long time and their secrecy that they had. Okay, it says, thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am and none else beside me. Okay, so these devils, have been able to be so many steps ahead of everyone else. But see, the Most High has been ahead of them, and they looked at themselves as untouchable, man, because of how far ahead they were of everyone else, man. Okay, how they had everyone dancing to their tune. He's a proud man because he transgressed by wine, because he had the world, drunk, off enchantments and lies and deception. And he was able to prosper in the midst of that, man. And his wisdom and knowledge, it had perverted him, man. It has given him a false illusion of invincibility, man. Okay? It said, therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. Okay? And we seeing that, hey, these devils, they're not going to be able to put this off, man. No matter what move they make, no matter what, bright idea they think they have, all right, they're not going to be able to put this off. It's already written. Okay? The Lord's will is already set. Okay? We was prophesied about in the transatlantic slave trade, okay, 2,000 years before it happened. We had to meet that fate. We couldn't escape that. Okay, there was nothing we can do to escape not going into slave trade, in the slave trade, man. That was when we was in the wilderness. We was told about that before we even came into the land promised to our forefathers. It was told to us that what we was going to have to go into captivity on ships. Okay, and there was nothing we could do to put that off. Okay, so there's nothing that you devils can do to put what's coming to you off, man. Okay, it says, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Okay, so the Lord is mocking these devils, man, and these devils are trying to stand with their enchantments, man. That's why you see so many psyops. Okay, so many rituals on TV. Okay, so much distractions. Okay, poison the air, the food. This man is doing everything he can to stand with those enchantments, man. Okay, because that's how he says, since thou labored from thy youth, because this place was established on the enchantments, man, America, man. Okay, all the founding fathers are Masons and Satanists, man. Okay, it said, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let not the astrologers, the stargazers, it says, let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Okay, so let's get this word weary. And see, this devil's in scramble mode, man. This devil ain't just chilling, all right, drinking Mai Tais, trying to establish this new world order, man. This devil is scrambling. Okay, you get this word weary. All right, in the Hebrew, which is laha. All right, which when you go into, it says to be weary, to be impatient, to be grieved, be offended. All right, to be tired of something, to be weary of oneself. Okay, to exhaust. Okay, and you best believe these devils are exhausted, man. To be disgusted, to be faint, to be grieved. Okay, and these devils are running themselves ragged trying to figure this out, man. Scrambling, man. And this is why we see, this devil is moving tacky. Okay, he's all over the place. All right, because the Lord has given this man a tall task, man. Let's matter of fact, what this, let's get that saying. And we'll get back to the video. So I've been saying this word tall task. The devil was given tall task. The Lord said, he said, look, if you can count the stars, if you can search out the deeps of the sea, okay. The Lord got this man on a rat race, man. Okay. And he's been given this tall task, man, the impossible. Okay. It says a tall task is an informal idiom that means something is very difficult to accomplish. Okay, something is very difficult. Okay, to accomplish. You see, all right. So this man has been given this tall task. Okay, of trying to overthrow the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, and he's growing weary. Nothing he's doing, okay, is affecting the outcome. Okay.
At a certain point, after they're done hearing the computer tell them this is what's going to happen over and over and over and over again, all they become focused on is how do we fix it?
Why? What is this that's going to happen?
The inevitable contraction of the timelines.
But what does that mean for this reality? Do you know that?
I don't know that. What I do know is that I was called in and asked to solve this problem, this timeline contraction problem. And I eventually did my due diligence and did all the investigating and basically only had one piece of information, and that was reinforcement. The computer's right. The timelines will contract down to some inevitable thing that you guys won't tell me about, so I can't help you. There is an inevitable event. It's been forecast, it's been predicted, it's been fed to us in a slop trough of what they want us to believe will happen.
But they don't.
However, they don't actually have control over what happens. They only have control over the reaction, and it seems that no matter what they try to do to cause their desired reaction, it's going to have an opposite effect. Now, it's much, much easier for me to explain today what that process is as opposed to back then. But if I had to give it a name, I would say it's the awakening process. It's an evolution of consciousness that cannot, will not, and no matter what decisions or possibilities are injected into the equation, eventually it all resolves down to us all learning the truth and becoming aware of this massive dam of lies that has been built that keep us from knowing massive volume of information that we should otherwise possess.
Now, I want you to think about this for a minute, because what he said is key. And when I come full circle on this thing at the end of this video, I'm going to talk about it more, but just note that he said that this event that all of history is culminating towards, he even calls it an awakening. And if you are familiar with or have followed at all the Q phenomenon, the QAnon posts on, first 4chan, then now 8chan, then you may be aware of this term, the Great Awakening, which I myself and many others can contend is occurring right now, is in progress, and is going to get just huge as this year progresses and as time progresses. But that's what he's talking about. And he even said it, he talks about it in a couple ways. He talks in one way as if it's an enlightenment, like a consciousness raising, but he also says that it's just a revealing of the truth, right? It's understanding that there's been a dam of lies built up over the centuries. And this awakening is people coming to the knowledge of the truth, and that nothing can stop it. And that is what the elites saw when they looked in the Project Looking Glass and used the machine to run their probabilities. They saw this and were so afraid they couldn't even believe it. So,
and this is all scriptural, man. So let's go into the scriptures. All right, let's go here first into the Apocrypha. Let's get that in Second Esdras. And see, he couldn't stop this awakening. This is why the devil, invests so much money, in trying to destroy Jake. Because you best believe he's seen Israel waking up. Okay, you best believe the Lord showed them camps. Okay, and this is a threat to this man. See, brothers, we have to understand this is a major threat to this man's power structure, these camps. Okay, you best believe that the Lord let him see. All right, camps waking up. All right, the awakening of truth. Cause not no damn what's my guy? Not redacted. Okay, not Alex Jones. So he's seen the camps. He's seen the apostles. He's seen, you best believe that's what this devil was seeing. Okay, the truth coming out, teaching Yahushua. That's what has the devil terrified. Okay, this Second Esdras 6:27 said, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which had been so long without fruit, shall be declared." Okay, and there's nothing this devil could do to stop it. You see, this truth, all right, is a threat, and this was a token that this man was finished. Okay, and this was the Lord showing Esau Edom that he was done. Okay, there's a brother put, this brother the Mathia, GMS in his likeness, Revelation 11:11, and after 3.5 days, okay, which is 350 years from the time period of 1620, when the bulk of the southern kingdom was brought over here, all right, to serve captivity with the northern kingdom that was already over here. Okay, and from that time period of 350 years to 1970, all right, when you had Elder Abba Bibbins, started to go into Yahushua. Okay, it was the spirit of the life began to be loose. The spirit of Yahushua, okay, began to be loose, on his men. And you had, eventually the apostles and elders, okay, will begin, their ministry. All right, and then you'll have the prophets. Okay, the word, hit the YouTube, and then you had camps begin to spring up, all right, all throughout America and eventually all throughout the globe. Okay, because the spirit of life had been loosed, and that's something that Esau wasn't able to contain. Okay, he had no say so in it. This is above, all right, this what's happening is above Esau's authority. Okay, and it says, and after 3.5 days, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. Okay, and us standing and walking in the truth is us standing on our feet. Okay, we've been resurrected. Okay, because we was those dead bodies. You see, spiritually dead in Egypt. Okay, which is America. But now the breath of life has entered into, all right, the hopeful elect, and we're standing on our feet. We've been resurrected by the truth, man. And great fear fell upon them which saw them, man. And this begins with the elites, because the elites know what they're looking at. Okay, the average, Joe 6-pack. All right, the Edomite, Tuscaloosa, saying roll tide. All right, he doesn't know what he's seeing when he sees the camps, but the elites know what they're seeing. Okay, that's why they're very tedious on how they move dealing with the camps. They've got certain men to sell out, but they're still not stopping, okay, prophecy from going forward, because there's a remnant that's not going to bend the knee, that's not going to sell out. Okay, so this awakening has been a major problem for these devils, man. Okay, let's go here to let's get this. All right. You go to Ezekiel 37. You see, it's the book of Ezekiel 37. All right, and I started one. It says, "The hand of the Lord was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord, and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones, and caused me to pass by them round about. And behold, there were very many in the open valley. Lo, they were very dry. And these bones represent us in our dead estate in the spirit. Okay, this is the streets. The bodies that lie in the streets of that great city. Okay, it says, and he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answer, O Lord, thou knowest. And he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shah. Thus said the Lord power unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. Okay, so start with Elder Abba Bivens, the spirit was on him first to preach Yahweh Shah. Okay, and then what? As he preached, to our people in their dry estate. Okay, the breath, all right, the Ruach HaKodesh began to enter into, all right, these men. Okay, and this is the legacy that we've walked into, man. The Lord allowed us to come into. This is what the Spirit has brought us into, man. Okay, this is a major thing that the Lord is doing in the earth. And I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shah. Okay, so this is a mighty work that's happening just through this word being preached, man. Okay, this is a mighty work, man. Okay, and the Lord is confounding, all right, the elites, okay, the nobles of this world with the preaching of the gospel, man. That's why this thing is powerful, man. Okay, so I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone. Okay, the northern kingdom and southern kingdom, so we all one people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. These camps are full of brothers from all these different tribes. Okay, and the house of David being raised. Okay, and this is the elites' greatest fear is Yahweh Shah in the house of David, man, because that's the end for them. Okay, it says, when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came upon them, and the skin covered them above, but there was no breath. Then said unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus said the Lord power, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and breath came into them, and they lived and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army, a spiritual army. Okay, and Esau was terrified at this, man. Because he knows how to deal with a carnal threat. All right, but he has no answer for this, what we're doing in the spirit. Okay, see, the prophets was a secret spiritual weapon, all right, that the Most High brought out at the perfect time. Okay, and you best believe it, and the prophets was raised, All right. These devils and what they doing began to have little effect on the outcome. All right. Isaiah 49:1 said, Listen, O isles, unto me, and hearken ye people from far. The Lord have called me from the womb. Okay. And this is no coincidence that the Lord just started having all these prophets being born during the same time. You know, because you look at the brothers, all right, and most brothers are within the 20-year, all right, age difference, you know, for the most part. A lot of brothers, you know, because you have, you know, different ways of brothers, you know, brothers in their 20s, early 20s, 30s, early 30s, you know, some just getting the 40, mid 40s, you know, the apostle and elders on up, you know, as you get up in the ranks. But you had all these men born within these, you know, few decades, all right, this close together. Okay, there's the Lord sending the prophets, okay, to the earth, man. Okay, hey, for a mission, you see. And it says, Listen, O isles, unto me, and hearken ye people from far. The Lord have called me from the womb, from the bowels of my mother have he made mention of my name. He have made my mouth like a sharp sword. In the shadow of his hand have he hid me, and made me a polished shaft. In his quiver have he hid me. Okay, and the elites have no answer for this. Okay, because through all, you know, the crack epidemic, the gang culture, the street culture, guess what? The Lord still, all right, had the ace in the hole, and that was the prophets, man. Okay, that he will put his spirit on. Okay, the prophets wouldn't be tainted. You see, we will come from darkness, you know, but the Lord had it to where we wasn't destroyed by the darkness, man. That we, you know, the Lord, it was a miracle the Lord brought us through, man. You know, and is using us as a spiritual weapon on this front line. Okay, you see, and you go here one more, 2 Corinthians 10, all right, and 4. I started at 3, said, For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. Because, yeah, we're in these fleshly bodies, okay? And we know Esau, Edom is the enemy, but that doesn't mean that, you know, we're, you know, fighting random Edomites at Walmart. Okay, no, the war is in the spirit. Yeah, we're in the flesh, but this is a spiritual war. Okay? And we equip, all right, by Yahweh, by Shem Al Shai in the spirit with the Rakah Kodash, you know, to do damage to this devil, man. Verse 4 said, For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, man. And you get this in the what is the NLT? All right. It says we use, all right, 2 Corinthians 10 and 4 in the NLT said we use the Most High's mighty weapons, not worldly weapons, to knock down the strongholds of human reasoning and to destroy, okay, to destroy false arguments. Okay, to destroy false arguments, man. Okay, and where do these false arguments come from? Esau, even the devil, but they're being torn down, and this devil is being exposed. Okay, the scriptures say here, you know, he's gonna get into it some more. So I'm just getting these out. He's gonna expound on it a little more. All right, this is Jeremiah 49 and 7, not 49 and 10. You know, master, I started 7 and jumped down to 10. It says, concerning Edom, thus said the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in teaming? As we went over this, you know, teaming, you know, being a think tank for these devils. Okay, these Germans, these modern Germans, you know, but these teamers are known for getting these devils out of the jam. You know, the Amalek come with the money, and teaming come with, you know, the engineering and the master plan, you know, to get these devils out of jams that they be in. Okay, but teaming can't outthink prophecy, man. Okay, teaming just can play their role in prophecy, man, because teaming played a major part in coming up with, you know, with weaponry that these devils are going to use to destroy themselves, man. All right, the rocket, the ballistic missile, okay, the warhead, the nuclear physics, all that come from teaming, which is going to be used to destroy his own kingdom, man. Okay, so everyone is working, even the wisdom that Teman was given, okay, was given to them from on high for the Lord's will to come to pass. Okay, it says the counsel perish from the prudent, is their wisdom vanished, man. So the Lord is mocking these devils like, damn, Teman can't figure it out. Teman can't come up with nothing for y'all like he been doing. You know? It says, but I have made Esau bare. I have undiscovered his secret places and being revealed. And he shall not be able to hide himself, man. So he can't stop himself from being exposed. He can't stop from being made bare. Okay, because if he would, this devil will remain in the shadows, man. You know, but now the Lord is bringing everything to the light. Okay, it said his seed is spoiled and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not, because the exposure will come before the destruction. You see, so before the Lord judges this man, removes him from power, and he's going to be a spoil of war. He's going into captivity. He will be greatly exposed, man. Okay. So let's go back to the clip.
They couldn't deal with it. So this is what scares them, and this is why they had been using this project again and again to try to see if there's some way to change that probability, but they couldn't do it. It's not going to change. And Bill is going to explain even more of that as we continue here.
Because they would lose control.
Because that information was of a monumental concern when I was in the military about how to prevent this inevitability. Now, at first, I thought it was end of the world. Now I see end of the world as end of their world.
Yeah, note that he said that, that the elites felt like it's the end of the world, but it's really the end of the charade that they've been playing on the people of Earth for centuries. And it's the revealing of truth that has been hidden for my whole lifetime, probably for many lifetimes.
The end of their world. Okay, because for the longest people, related the end of the world to just the end of everything. The earth don't exist anymore. No, the end of Esau's age. All right, and that's why I had this pulled up. You see, they're terrified because it's the end of their age, their rulership. All right, so I got this pulled up in 2nd Ezra 6 and 7 in the GNT. It said, then I asked, all right, how long a period of time would divide the ages? When will the first age end and the next age begin? He answered, the interval will be no longer than between Abraham and Abraham, which means it's going to happen in one lifetime. The change of rulership is going to happen in one lifetime. I believe that we're in that lifetime where we're going to see the end of the age of Esau and the beginning of the age of Jacob. Okay, as you read here, he was the grandfather of both Jacob and Esau. And when they were born, Jacob was holding Esau's heel. Esau represents the end of this age. These elites, these devils, okay, it represents the end of this age, and Jacob represents the beginning of the new age. Okay, and Jacob represents the beginning of the new age. So if Jacob's hand is the beginning and Esau's heel is the end, do not try to find a space in between. And that's a cut on some goddamn Russia gonna rule for a period of time when Esau falls. No, man. Ain't no space in between, man. There, Esau falls, we rise, man. Okay, the end of his age. This is what these devils have been given a glimpse of, the end of his age, man. Okay, why do you think these devils is in their spirit? Even these lower level Edomites, they react so much. They went crazy about Wakanda. A society where Jake was, in power and doing their own thing. They went crazy about the ending of Jax on Mortal Kombat. He had like a Jake Utopia on there. Okay, and these devils, they start losing it, man. Okay, because in their spirit, they know that that we're in power. That means they're done. Okay, they know in their spirit, even though they can't explain it. Even these low-level devils, they have any problem with Jake, doing good for themselves, man. Okay, because they know that the end of their age, all right, is the beginning of Jacob, man. And the beginning of Jacob age is the end of theirs, man. They go hand in hand. Okay. So let's go back to it.
So that is what they're seeing through the project there. Now, this part that I'm about to play for you is probably one of the most significant ones for me as a Christian to hear, because he talks about, well, I'll just play it, but he gets into some kind of almost eschatological type of discussion without even mentioning God, but you'll see what he says here.
Any attempts to try to go away from this one inevitable conclusion, I again see as a new beginning, an end of this reality, the beginning of something that we can't even possibly understand based on the level of our beliefs currently. But when all that information comes flooding out, there's going to be no denying what's true and what's a lie or what's illusion. We won't have the choice to believe that 9/11 happened because of a bunch of terrorists, because we'll know exactly what's happened. Basically, what we're experiencing right now is two master chess players sitting at the board. And one of them looks down at the board and sees that he's in checkmate in 7 moves. And he looks across at his opponent, and he knows that his opponent sees it too. So there's no getting out of it. So at this point, the loser can only prolong the game. The game, both players know the game is over. It's only a matter of time before he does this, and then you're forced to do this, and then he's forced to do this, and eventually checkmate. We, as a race, if we could understand that the game is over, that based on the rules of the game, the bad guys have already lost, the good guys have already won. Yes, there's moves left on the table, but those moves are being forced by the player that is going to win. The only way that checkmate can't happen is if the player that's winning makes a mistake. But from all of the information that I've gathered, all of the information that's been given, all of the information that's been vetted to me, it seems pretty obvious that the good guy player on the side of the chessboard knows exactly what has to be done to win the game. And so at this point, any mistake would be all but impossible.
All right, now just, to read.
Yeah, he done. You see? So this devil is only so long he can kick the can down the road. He can drag his feet. He got to go on with his move. You see? And then whatever move he make, checkmate every way. All right, this devil loses, man. Okay, let's go here. Let's get a few more. We'll close it out. I'll put the link to the video. The brothers want to watch it. I believe it's on X. But yeah, let's get a few more. Okay. Let's go here. Revelation 12. All right, and 7. All right, the Lord finna fold this guy up, man, like a lawn chair. Okay. Quick work of the devil. Revelation 12 and 7. There was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. Okay, so this is a spiritual realm. led by Yahweh Shai. All right, Michael. All right, Michael Allah. All right, the angel of war is going to be there. Okay, the dragon. All right, this new Roman Empire. Okay, this beast system, NATO, America, and EU. And the dragon fought with his angels, his military, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven, all right, or rulership. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels was cast out with him. And this devil losing this third world's war. That's Yahweh Shai, waging war on these devils in righteousness, man. Okay, and his status is going to be brought down, okay, to the earth, to the dust. Okay, the ruling status that he has is going to be diminished. Okay, he's going to be cast out of rulership. You know, verse 10, it says, "And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night." Which accused them before our power day and night, man. Okay, so this is where we're at with it, man. All right, how about Shema Shai has this thing already mapped out? Okay, and there's no getting around, there's no avoiding this outcome. Okay, let's go here to Isaiah. All right, it's the book of Isaiah 34 and 16. All right, it says, "Seek ye out of the book," Isaiah 34 and 16, "seek you out of the book of the Lord." All right, Yahweh Bashim Shai, and read. It was just the Bible. "No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate, for my mouth it have commanded it, and his spirit it have gathered them." Okay, so you read this book. That's why a thorough understanding of prophecy gives us the ups, man. This is what we believe in. All right, we believe that nothing in this book is going to fail, and we're witnessing nothing is failing. Okay, because everything that these devils are doing are lining up to what's written in this book. All the alliances is being made, the way that he's trying to bring about the MOTB, okay, the persecution of, the word, like everything that is written in this book, this devil is doing it to a T, okay, and he can't go any other way, okay. So the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shai is in this book. And this book is commanding the earth. See, the Bible is dictating what's happening in the earth. Okay? You say, I don't believe the Bible. Well, guess what? You obeying the Bible. You don't have to believe it. You're obeying it if you're a scoffer. Okay? Niggas say, I'm an atheist. Well, guess what? You're obeying the Bible because there's atheists written in the Bible. Okay? There's scoffers written about in the Bible. Okay? Scripture say, you're going to die in your unbelief. Okay? It says in his spirit, it have gathered them, and the spirit of this book is gathering the elect to the understanding of this book, man. Okay, so let's go here, and we can end it. We can end it here because you had the stories of, all right, Balaam and Balak. All right, so Balaam, it was this Moabite king, okay, and he was trying to, let me see. I think Balaam was the king. Let me see. All right. Okay, Balaam. All right, it was this Midianite. Okay, and Balak was the Moabite king. Okay, so you had let's make sure deal with Balak. Yep, devastated. Yep, king of Moab who hired Balaam to curse Israel. Okay, and the Hebrew is Balak. All right, and those are the devastator. All right, and the Lord is going to devastate you heathens, man. So he hired Balaam to curse Israel. Okay, and this were the results. Just getting to the point. You can read verses 23, 24. On your own, it's a good read. But when you go here, all right, it says, this is Numbers 23 and 19. It said, the Most High is not a man that he should not lie, neither the Son of Man that he should repent. Have he said, and shall he not do it? Or have he spoken, and shall he not make it good? Okay, so having the Lord, all right, spoken, and shall he not make it good? And these elites, this is what they've been tasked with, is try to make the Most High a liar, by having an alternative ending than what's written. Okay, well, the Most High is not going to repent. The Lord hates Esau, and he's going to show the world he hates Esau. Okay, he's going to show on a global stage that he hates Esau. Okay, behold, I have received commandment to bless, and he have blessed, and I cannot reverse it. You see, behold, I have received commandment to bless, and he have blessed, and I cannot reverse it. And these devils can't reverse it. They can't reverse the outcome. You see, it says he have not beheld iniquity in Jacob, and this is of the elect. All right, because through Yahushua, hey, the elect have no sin. The elect are blameless, and this devil can't accuse the elect. He can accuse 2/3, and the Lord is going to allow Esau delete 2/3. Okay, but the elect, the Lord doesn't behold any iniquity because they're in the Yahushua. Neither has he seen perverseness in Israel. The Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, his power is with him. The shout of the king is among them. God brought them out of Egypt. He have, as it were, the strength of a unicorn. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and Israel, what have the Most High wrought? Okay, like what has the Most High put together with these people? When we're changed, when we're in rulership, none of those enchantments are not working. All right, but when we're delivered, it's gonna be like, man, what has the Most High worked? You see, and they're seeing it now. Because the elites know that there's a particular set of men that he can't convert, he can't get to, and these men are getting strong in the spirit. Okay, verse 24. Behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion and lift up himself as a young lion, this great awakening, and shall not lie down until he eat of the prey and drink of the blood of the slain, and the saints shall take the kingdom, man. Okay, it only ends bad. All right, it's all bad for Esau Edom. Okay, it's all bad for you guy from here on out, man. You're gonna get a few last who rise, okay, in Jacob's trouble, then he's out of here, man. Okay. Just like the brother said, Isaiah 26:5, the brother Naquan, for he bringeth down them that dwell on high, the lofty city, he layeth it low, even to the ground, he bringing it even to the dust, man. Okay. And that's what this thing is going with you devils, man. Okay. So that was the point, just wanted to get into that, responding, to what Elder Yashawamba had went into. But Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters are edified. Till next time, I say Shalom. Kwam Yashala, Abba, soon, Shalom.